Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic of discussion is about school readiness. Okay, and what other topics we are going to cover in this today's video. That is, first we will discuss about what is a school readiness. Second, we will discuss about the three dimensions of school readiness, and next one will be importance of a school's readiness, and the last and the fourth one will be about characteristics of school readiness. So we are going to cover around four topics in today's video. So first of all, we will understand that what is school readiness is actually. Alright, so let's see ahead. It says that the school readiness is a foundational across early childhood system and program. It means the children are ready for the school. Okay, families are ready to support their children learning, and schools are ready for the children. Physical, cognitive, social, emotional development is all essential ingredients of the school readiness. Okay, when we are talking about school readiness, so it means the children are ready for the school. Okay, families are ready to give support, psychological, moral support, whatever is required. Okay, on the other hand, the schools are ready to adopt the children. Okay, so this all things comes under the part of your school readiness. I hope this is clear for you guys. Further, it says that historically, the participation in the field of early childhood development have been reluctant to define school readiness. The trend has changed considerably, and there are close to around 150 definitions of school readiness suggested by Google scholars. Okay, search applications. The definition of the children's readiness for the school has undergone the major shift during the past 4 decades. So it has changed from a primarily maturational a definition to a more social constructed concept. Okay, former approaches stress the maturity level of the child that would allow for the quite focused work as the primary indicators of the school preparedness. More recent approaches stress the bidirectional between the children and her or his environment. As per this new perspective, okay, it is a goodness of fit. Okay, what it has been defined here as a goodness of fit between the child and the environment that sources and promotes an optimal development. So if we talk in a very simple language, in the layman language, so what is school readiness is actually, okay, this part is not so important. Okay, but what is the school readiness is actually, the school readiness is when a child is ready to go to the school, right? He's physically and mentally ready for it. Okay, and parents are ready to give support whatever is required for the educational process. Okay, and schools are ready to accept the children and ready to provide the whatever the required material for education, right? So that all things, this is the relationship between the children, parents and school, that is known as called your school readiness. Now see, in other word, it defines that it is a that in other words, the school readiness is a product of interaction between the child and the range of environment and the cultural experiences that maximize the development outcomes for children. Okay, next we have, next topic is about the three dimensions of the school readiness are. Okay, what are the important three dimensions here? The first one is the ready children, second is ready schools, and third one is the ready families. All right, so we'll discuss them one by one over here. Let's have a look at the first point here, ready children. Okay, this focusing on the children's learning and development. Ready schools are the focusing on the school environment, okay, along with the practice that foster and support a smooth transition for children into primary schools and advance and promote the learning of the all children. Ready families, when we talk about the third point, that is ready families, is focusing on the parental and caregiving attitudes, involvement in the children's early learning and development and transition to the school. Okay, so this is the parental care we are talking about, which and the psychological support which the parents they provide to their children. Okay, now we will discuss all these points one by in detail. What does it mean when we say a children's readiness for school? So what does it means? So what does being ready for school imply? The response varies by the respondent. Okay, the parents typically stress the pre-academic skills and knowledge. Okay, this is what from parents point of view means when a child is ready to go to the school means a child is having pre-academic skills, because you might have noticed like when a child born, right? So every parents they have a dream that the child should perform good in the education, right? So they start teaching them even right from the home only, right? And they feel very proud when the child does something positive in the field of education. I means when a very small child is there and then he starts speaking like alphabet A to Z, right? So the parents consider that this now my child is so bright, and whenever the relative friend circles they come, they put the child in the front of them, and they ask the child to narrate that, you know. So this is what called the pre-academic skills and the knowledge the parents they try to impart to the kids. Okay. While the primary school teachers tend to stress the social and emotional aspects. Okay. And what part of the school, what the school does, the school plays the role of providing the social and emotional aspect. They look at this part here, right? Now, how can it be the social and emotional aspect? Because when a small child come to the class LKG, first, second, whatever it is, right? So he intermingle with the new friends over there. He meets the new people of his age group. Okay, so that is a social connection for the child. Okay, and definitely with time they develop some emotional relationship with each other. Now, this variation in emphasis suggests that a broad range of development skills and abilities encompasses ready for school. Okay, children's readiness for the school in this section refer to all the children, especially the vulnerable and disadvantaged. Okay, including the girl child. Okay. Okay, this also includes the disabled children, ethnic minorities, and those living in the rural areas. Now, in addition, readiness for the school is different from the readiness to learn. Okay, means readiness for school is different from readiness to learn. While readiness for school implies being prepared to succeed in a structured learning setting, readiness to learning is characteristic of birth. Okay, this is readiness to learn is a characteristic from the birth. All children are born ready to learn. This learning occurs prior to entering the school and extending beyond the walls of the classroom to daily. Okay, further it says that when we talk about readiness of a child, right? So the success in a school is determined by the range of basic behavior and the abilities, including your literacy, numeracy, ability to follow direction, working well with each other children, and engaging in learning activities. Okay, so this is how a school sees a child. Okay, and what the society expects from a child. When the child is good at this parameter, then he or she will be considered as a good learner. Okay, next we have the school's readiness for children. Now, the second component of the school readiness paradigm is the school's readiness for children. Okay, also known as, that is also known as with another name, that is called ready schools. Now, school's readiness for children is defined in the terms of aspects of the school environment that support a smooth transition for children and their families into the primary schools and advanced learning for all children. Okay, so this is what the school readiness means. The school provides a kind of environment. Okay, if we see over here, right, the school provide environment that support the smooth transition for children. Okay, into the primary school especially, they give a kind of psychological support. They make a child feel that you are safe over here. All right. So although this component is the most recent addition to the school readiness model, it is getting popular. Okay. Now, education experience prior to the primary schools are varied and disparate across the globe, but they have one characteristic in common. The most early childhood care and education programs differ greatly compared to the educational philosophy, teaching style, and structure of the primary school. Okay, the third one is about families' readiness for the school. So, how the families are ready to send a child to the school, right? So, the third dimension of the school readiness paradigm is the family's readiness for the school. Okay, so prior to entering the school, the family is the most important context for the development, as we all know, right? As we also got, the mothers are the first teacher for the child, right? So, the family is indirectly train a child for the purpose. The family as an institution has been broadly defined as a co-residing social unit with reference to the school readiness. Okay, family is understood as those members who co-resides with the young children, including the biological and non-biological. Okay, caregivers, siblings, extended family members, these all are the part of it. Okay, they all support a child directly or indirectly. In understanding the issue of family readiness for the school, the most studied factors have been parenting practices. Okay, parenting practices, attitude, and knowledge, which summarize. Okay, as given below. So here important aspect is parenting practices. What kind of practice the parents are giving? What is their attitude toward the education? Okay, and knowledge. What kind of knowledge even they possess, right? So if parents are already highly educated, then automatically they will impart that qualities in a child. Okay. Now the next thing is that why is the school readiness is important for us? Okay, What is its important? Why do we need it in education system? So the development of the school readiness skills allows a school teacher to expand and further develop a child's skills in the specific areas of social interaction, play, language, emotional development, physical skills, literacy, and fine motor skill. Okay, so these are some of the importance for which the school readiness is required. Okay, so school readiness is a powerful framework for improving the equity. Okay, what does it do? It is a powerful framework to improve the equity in access into education and in learning outcomes. Okay, especially for the marginalized children. Okay, when we talk about this marginalized children, so this marginalized children, okay, these backward children are less likely to receive the support in the early learning at the home, up to 10 times less likely to attend the early childhood education programs. Okay, that is why the school has, this is the responsibility, this is the duty of a school to provide psychological and mental support, especially to this kind of children. The importance of such improvement is equity is evidented at the individual and global level. At the individual level, evidences from the multiple perspectives. And what are these perspectives? That is development, economic, social, and constructivist. Okay, so these all are the perspectives they need to look from. That implicates the school's readiness as an important factor in education achievement, children's development and learning, schools completions, including the primary schools, and ultimate success in adulthood. Okay, the last topic of discussion today in this video is that what are the characteristics of a school readiness. Okay, when we say school readiness, what does it include actually? The sum of the expected characteristics that should be displayed by the child to show school readiness. Okay. So the first point here suggests independent for nature's call. Okay, now what is this nature's call? Means when a child is ready for attend the school, right? So he or she should be like that much mature enough. Okay, means parents should have provide him certain basic trainings for to attend the nature's call, right? If a child wants to go to the washroom, okay, etc. So this kind of training should be there. Okay, so a child should be independent for this. Okay, he should be able to dress themselves. Okay, and children should have a sense of their dressing. I mean, it does not mean that, means at least the basic things they should be able to do it. Okay, understand the expected level of their behavior. Okay. Okay, next point is the confidence and self-esteem should be there in a child. The child can take turns and share. Okay, he should have this kind of habits to take turns and to of the sharing the things. Can sit still for a short period. Okay, if it is required. Can separate from the parents. Okay, so this kind of means a child should have an ability to separate from the parents. You might have noticed that some small children are there, and when they go to first time to the class 1 or nursery, LKG, etc. So how much do they cry, right? Because they are not ready for it actually, right? So the parents have to train a child in such a manner. Alright guys, so with this we finish our today's video, and kindly like, subscribe and share with it if you like it. Alright, my best wishes ahead with you guys. Okay, take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.